Most people assume getting a dog is a one-time decision. They choose a breed, bring a dog home, and enjoy the experience. French Bulldog owners often tell a different story. Many eventually find themselves getting another one. This pattern appears so frequently that it has become part of the breed's reputation. Owners often recognize it immediately. At first, the idea seems surprising. Yet, after living with a French Bulldog, many people begin to understand exactly why it happens. The explanation is rarely as simple as people expect. It usually involves a collection of experiences rather than one specific reason. What makes this interesting is that owners often do not see it coming. The decision develops gradually over time. One reason involves how deeply French Bulldogs become part of everyday life. The breed often settles naturally into household routines. Many owners describe reaching a point where the dog simply feels like part of the structure of the day. The presence becomes familiar and comforting. This happens through ordinary experiences. The relationship grows during everyday life rather than dramatic moments. Over time, the dog becomes connected to routines, habits, and family traditions. The bond strengthens almost without effort. When people become accustomed to that experience, it can be difficult to imagine life without it. This realization often surprises owners. The attachment feels stronger than expected. That attachment becomes one reason people consider another French Bulldog in the future. Another reason involves personality. French Bulldogs often leave memorable impressions on the people who live with them. Many owners describe the breed as bringing a unique atmosphere into the home. The experience feels distinctive. The dog frequently becomes part of household stories. Family members talk about it regularly. Those stories accumulate over the years. Eventually, they become part of family history. Owners often discover that they miss this aspect of life more than they expected. The personality leaves a lasting mark. This creates another reason people return to the breed. They miss the experience itself. Another recognition point involves familiarity. French Bulldogs often feel comfortable within a household surprisingly quickly. Owners frequently describe the adjustment period as smooth. The dog seems to find its place naturally. This creates a strong sense of belonging. The relationship develops through everyday experiences. Over time, the dog feels less like a pet and more like part of the family. That feeling becomes increasingly important. Many owners remember this when considering future dogs. They begin searching for a similar experience. The French Bulldog often becomes the standard by which other experiences are measured. That comparison can be powerful. Another reason people get another French Bulldog involves memories. The breed often becomes associated with meaningful periods of life. Owners frequently connect their dogs to important chapters in personal history. The memories remain vivid. Years later, those memories continue influencing how people think about the breed. The emotional impact remains strong. This creates a sense of nostalgia. Nostalgia often strengthens affection. Many owners discover they are not simply remembering the dog. They are remembering an entire period of life. That connection makes the breed difficult to forget. The memories remain surprisingly powerful. Another thing owners miss is the way French Bulldogs often become central figures within the household. The breed tends to attract attention naturally. Family members frequently talk about the dog. Visitors often remember the dog. Friends ask about the dog. Stories involving the dog become common conversation topics. Owners sometimes realize that the French Bulldog became one of the most recognizable parts of family life. That realization often comes later. When the experience is gone, people notice the absence. They miss the role the dog played. This creates another reason they return to the breed. The household feels different without that presence. Another common recognition point involves emotional connection. Many owners become attached more quickly than expected. The attachment often develops gradually, yet the result can feel remarkably strong. People frequently describe being surprised by how important the dog became. The relationship exceeded expectations. This emotional bond remains one of the most commonly discussed aspects of ownership. It leaves a lasting impression. Years later, owners still remember how the relationship felt. That memory influences future decisions. For many people, getting another French Bulldog is partly about reconnecting with that experience. The feeling remains meaningful. Another reason involves comparison. Many owners naturally compare future dogs with previous French Bulldogs. The comparison is rarely intentional. It simply happens. Certain qualities remain memorable. Certain experiences stand out. Owners often find themselves thinking about what made the relationship special. Those reflections frequently lead back to the breed. This does not mean other dogs are less appreciated. It simply highlights how memorable the French Bulldog experience can be. The breed often establishes a benchmark. Future experiences are measured against it. Another thing owners miss is the companionship style. French Bulldogs often develop a particular place within everyday life. The relationship tends to feel personal. Owners frequently describe this as one of the breed's most appealing qualities. Over time, people become accustomed to that companionship. It becomes part of normal life. Only after it is gone do some owners fully appreciate how significant it was. The realization can be surprisingly emotional. This often contributes to the decision to get another French Bulldog. People miss the experience itself. They are not necessarily replacing a previous dog. They are reconnecting with a style of companionship they valued deeply. Another recognition point involves familiarity with the breed itself. Owners often feel comfortable with what they know. The French Bulldog experience is no longer a mystery. People understand the breed's place in their lives. That confidence can influence future choices. Familiarity often feels reassuring. Many owners find themselves returning to what worked before. The positive memories encourage the decision. This pattern appears repeatedly within the French Bulldog community. Similar stories emerge again and again. Owners recognize the experience immediately. Many have lived through it themselves. Perhaps that is the real reason so many French Bulldog owners get another one. The breed often becomes far more important than expected. The attachment grows through routines, memories, companionship, and everyday life. Those experiences create something difficult to replace. And when people look back on what they valued most, they often discover they are not simply missing a dog. They are missing a unique experience that only a French Bulldog seemed to provide.